amazing, amazing performance. That's the kind of performance all of us who are able to witness it and be here are going to tell our kids about. This was an amazing, amazing experience. Bernard, yesterday at the weigh-in, he said, he looked at me and he said,
first it was good to break the Barclay Center in with a legendary performance. There's been some legendary performance of entertainment here in the last year or two. Jay-Z with his 8 concerts, I made one of them. Barbara Streisand, and now Bernard Hopkins, the first legend, I believe, that fought here at the Barclay Center tonight. And it was pretty good. I'm glad everybody came. They showed up. There was some excitement. I was really wanting to get that knockout or TKO, but you know, I'm not known for that, so I'm not upset that I didn't get it. But I just hope the fans and my enemies enjoy what they couldn't believe, because I feel that if I gotta keep showing what I can accomplish and what I can do, if I want to do it, then I am motivated to do it, and that's been Bernard Hopkins. I mean, I think I know myself better than anybody in this room, and I believe that if I'm healthy, if I'm ready to go mentally and physically, I don't believe anybody in the 175-pound weight class, and possibly 168, that I know I can make also. My whole thing is, when you gonna stop? Are you done? I said, no, I'm gonna punish y'all some more. I'm gonna go to 50. I might go to 50. Listen, I said I might punish y'all. So since you think that I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna go, then I'm gonna drive the nail even further. All right. So I got 2 more years. Y'all got 2 more years of the wrath of Bernard Hopkins for some, not for all, but for some. No, Kelly, seriously, not for all, for some. Everybody don't love me. Everybody don't love Richard. Everybody sure don't love you, Kelly, the way you be getting on people.
That's true.
I don't like Don King. And I made it clear I don't like Don King.
yeah.
And part of my motivation was, listen, y'all, it ain't a black and white thing. It's a people thing. He don't treat people right. And I'm saying, and I had done, and so my whole thing was, who would ever think, Dan, this is a quote, that all these years, that a mosquito bite couldn't get rid of him, that Bob Arum couldn't get rid of him, that Bernard Hopkins will stay around long enough to put Don King and his last fighter that he had under his banner out of business. That a lot of dictators are falling in the last 2 or 3 years. Think about it. A lot of dictators, I'm not going to say nothing to get me sued. I'm just going to say a lot of dictators have fallen. A lot of dictators have fallen. And I said it openly and I said it clear at the Barclay Center. I'm not bragging, y'all. If anybody, most of y'all was here when I said it, so y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. This ain't an after-win fight conversation. I said at the Barclay Center, Don King, it's been 10 years since we reunited. I made a living off your fighters, beat all of them. I built my record of 20 defenses. But 90% of your fighters you threw at me, I get a chance to put the nail in the coffin and get rid of your last horse, right? And now I can't even say team, in your stable. He said, yeah, I got a fast horse. I said, yeah, you got a Smarty Jones horse.
The reporter even followed him around to witness.
And he didn't win. Yeah.
A reporter followed
And so,
him around.
who would ever think, yes, Richard, thank you for reminding me of that. Who would ever think, in anybody's wildest dreams, I wouldn't bet on it, that Bernard Hopkins would be the one that put Don King out of business. I did Richard a favor, I did HBO a favor, I even did Bob Arum a favor. I did everybody a favor because Don King, that y'all know as Don King, I don't know what a 48-year-old guy feels like. No, seriously, because the average guy is 48-year-old taking 9 pills, and most of them they're not Bernard Hopkins. So the honest answer, I can't really tell you what a 48-year-old guy feels like. Cause I know they don't feel.
Don't look at me.
But I know.
Because I'm 52.
But I know Andre Ward is a protege of myself. I would never fight Andre Ward. I told Richard that in the ring. $10 million, $8 million, $15 million. I told him in the ring, that's a lot of money. And I mean that. And I put that on my mom's grave. And I told, quote, and I told Richard, I said, my whole thing is this. I told him at the HBO meeting yesterday, before fights, we have an HBO meeting to talk about what we're going to do, and they asked us questions. And I told Andre Ward, along with Jim Lampley, along with Max Kellerman, and I said to Andre, because he's, of course, one of the commentators, and I said, you're going to learn something Saturday. Pay attention, chance. I said, pay attention, you're going to learn something. And he respectfully said, I will. And I wanted to, bring that back up to him after the fight. And I told him, I said, you'll learn something. And the subtle things that I was doing. And, the people that's watching the fights, that's doing blow by blow, they actually don't know what I'm doing. But now they're appreciating the craft of boxing. To me, the craft of boxing is not wasting punches and getting scored for them. The copy box. A guy threw 80 punches and he landed 10, but he wins the round. But what about the guy that made a miss? You know what I'm saying? Of course, you make a miss, you make a pay, but I'm an old school fighter that have to adapt, which I did tonight, to the new world. And so I got to sort of throw a lot of substance out there that really is nothing but substance, but not meaningful. And so I've been losing decisions by that. Think about it. There are some decisions I've lost over the years that some people in here will say, well, Bernard, I had you winning the first Jermaine Teller fight. Right? Bernard, if Joe Gazaki would have lost that fight, I wouldn't have said he got robbed. Stuff like that, you know what I mean? But I realized, along with my coach, Nazim Richardson, that they out hustling me by throwing, but not connecting, but being busier. And so I just had to, okay, I'm running 5 miles anyway, I might as well start running 8. Build my cardio. I mean, sometimes we got to adjust to the times what the judge is looking at. The judges is looking at something different. We knew that a 30-year-old guy is not going to run from a 48-year-old guy, so it wasn't hard to figure out their plan. And their plan, obviously, was to put pressure on Bernard. He's going to throw 1 or 2 punches because he hasn't been active in fights where he got outpointed. And so, as I kept my chin down, got hit 1 or 2 times pulling out, which Nazim always got on me about, even in his gym. I got cracked a couple times. But most of the time, I kept my right hand up, kept my chin down, and I used my arms for blocking and countering at the same time. Tonight was better because I'm older. Tonight it was better than older. And Jean Pascal fight was a little closer. It was a little rougher because his style was a lot more difficult to fight than Cloud. Cloud, strong, dimensional type, know what he's going to do, not as fast as Jean Pascal. So it's totally different. But this one, because I'm older, and 2 years ago, whatever, it's more gratifying because I'm older, because I know that being 48 and doing it at 48, but doing it at 46 is impressive, but then doing it at 48 is even impressive. So I'm being older. I want to continue to keep what I'm doing to a point and set history so deep that it'll take 30, 50, 40 years for somebody to top it.
Hey Bernard, this is a great feat today. You broke your own record winning at 48, but you said before that you would retire at 40. And now you're saying that you're probably going to retire before you're 50. How are we to believe that? How are we to believe that you're going to retire before 50?
I don't really believe it.